My best buddy invited me to ring in the new year. As a result, I ended up climbing right onto his sister's body. After a night of total chaos, I guiltily dragged my wobbly legs and bolted out of there. Then casually blocked Lilian's number on the spot. Who would have thought she'd corner me at the door later? You wouldn't want my little brother to know about our relationship, would you? Oh man, guys. Sumida, I swear I didn't mean to mess with your sister. In exchange, I agreed to pretend to be Lilian's boyfriend for a month, but I never expected to get caught red-handed by my best friend. When did you two start that kind of relationship? Just let me explain first. Then, I heard Lilian calmly say, we've always had that kind of relationship, haven't we? Heartbroken and dumped. I made plans with my buddy Travis Chen to drown our sorrows in booze on New Year's Eve. In the end, I sat waiting at the bar for 3 whole hours before he messaged that his flight was delayed. Henry, CA, don't worry. I've already asked my sister to pick you up. With her taking care of you, I can relax. Travis Chen and I had been classmates from middle school through high school. Our bond was incredibly tight. In college, we got separated, miles apart. When I got dumped, he didn't hesitate to book a flight back to be with me. Who could have predicted this earth-shattering mess would happen? Fine, I'd met Travis's sister before, but we weren't close. In fact, I was a bit intimidated by her, because she was the legendary other people's kid. Back when Travis and I were hugging our heads and crying over math homework, she'd already been directly admitted to the top university in the country. In those rare encounters, she always wore a cold, distant expression. Even a troublemaking devil like Travis didn't dare make a peep in front of his sister. So when I opened my eyes and saw myself and Lilian sharing the same bed, the world around me completely crumbled. "I'll wait?" Her cool, restrained voice echoed. I stiffly turned my head. Even though I'd prepared myself mentally, my heart still skipped a beat. She was stunningly beautiful, with deep, captivating eyes, sharp features. The skin of this great beauty was flawless, her black hair slightly tousled and cascading down. A beauty that took your breath away, especially when our eyes met at such close range. A fragment of memory suddenly flashed in my mind. Last night I'd drunk way too much. When Lilian found me, I had only a sliver of rationality left. So, I drank and cried, and in the end, I think I even threw a tantrum demanding to eat buns. Stop right there. I scanned the surroundings. This seemed like Lilian's apartment. I trembled as I spoke. "Ms. Yan, nothing happened last night, right?" Her eyes still held a trace of fatigue, and upon hearing that, they narrowed. Just then, the phone rang. Seeing it was Travis calling, I jolted up, like I'd been electrocuted. Travis wondered, "I've texted you so many times. Why haven't you replied? I've landed, and I'm on my way to your school. Which building is your dorm in again? Probably the same one as your sister's." I wouldn't dare say that even if you killed me. I'd never felt so guilty in my life. I overslept and didn't hear it. "I'm in room 201, building 91 Travis didn't suspect a thing, cheerfully saying, "Looks like my sister did a good job, huh? All right, I'm heading over now." After hanging up, my mind was still foggy. From behind came Lilian's voice. "If you don't leave now, it'll be too late." She'd already thrown off the covers and got out of bed. "Let me drive you." My face flushed hot. In the end, I resigned myself and climbed into her car, still a good distance from the school gate. I frantically told her to stop so I could get out. Her car was way too flashy. Lilian glanced at me, said nothing, and pulled over to the side. As soon as one foot stepped out, she suddenly reminded me from behind, "Pull your collar up higher." I froze, my face turning beet red instantly. Below my collarbone were some ambiguous red marks, the kind that made your mind wander uncontrollably. So, I'll head out then. I scrambled out of the car, not daring to look back, and dashed straight toward the school gate. Who knew I'd run right into Sophie Yu and Lucas Ming? Why are you running so fast? In a hurry to job hunt. Lately, I've been busy advising my cousin who's thinking of switching jobs, which has slowed down my updates. Luckily, my friend said, just go on 58.com to find jobs the fastest. Tons of verified entry-level gigs right there. Safe and reliable. You can even interview online, chat, while job hunting. Super efficient. If no response in 24 hours, the platform compensates you. Once done, you can contact landlords for rentals too. Insanely convenient. Everything goes smooth, thanks to 58.com. She smirked and leaned into him. Seeing me, Sophie Yu immediately wiped the smile off her face. Lucas Ming let out an ah, his eyes darting back and forth between us. Then she mustered her courage and stepped forward. Henry Sia, don't misunderstand. Lucas and I really didn't mean to hurt you. Thinking that Lily Yan might not have gone far yet, if she saw this scene, I'd die of embarrassment. I waved it off. It's fine. It's all in the past, Lucas Ming said. Acting like this just makes me look down on you more. What did I even do? What gives you the right to look down on me? I didn't want to make a fool of myself here, so I turned and left. But right after turning the corner, my calf suddenly throbbed with pain. I grimaced, leaning on the wall and slowly sitting down. It hurt so bad, no wonder I went crazy yesterday. Men really are controlled by hormones their whole lives. My phone suddenly buzzed. It was a message from Lily Yan. I've ordered hangover soup for you. It'll be here soon. I couldn't remember when I'd added her as a friend. Back then, when Travis had issues he didn't dare tell his parents. He always asked his sister for help, so I casually added her too. But now, seeing her name, it felt completely different from before. With trembling hands, I hit the block button. It took a lot to steady my nerves. Then, I hurriedly stood up and headed to the dorm. Just as I'd finished tidying up, Travis's call came in. Henry C.O., I'm downstairs at your dorm already. In this situation, I really didn't dare face Travis, but he was already here. So I had no choice but to bite the bullet and go down. As soon as he saw me, Travis exclaimed, "Holy crap! Why do you look so worn out? What the hell did you do last night?" He grumbled indignantly. "It's just a breakup. Do you have to go this far?" Looks like he still didn't know anything. I secretly sighed in relief, but the next second he pulled out his phone. "Hold on, let me call my sister. I gotta ask how she took care of you to end up like this." My legs went weak. I quickly grabbed his hand. "Don't. She took great care of me. It's not her fault." Travis was half believing. Really? But could I tell the truth? I hugged my calf. Really. Henry Sia, why's your face so red? Travis pressed the back of his hand to my face. "You're not running a fever, are you?" I shook my head quickly. Travis looked at me and sighed. "It's just one girl. Three-legged toads are hard to find, but two-legged women are everywhere. That Sophie Yu is a total slut. Don't think about her anymore. Just look at that handsome face of yours. Her loss for missing out on you. Got it?" Sophie Yu and I met during freshman military training. She was pretty cute, great at tennis, always a campus celebrity. She pursued me for 3 whole months. I thought her personality was okay, so I agreed to date. Things were good at first, but later, I discovered she never turned down any guy who approached her. We argued about it a few times. Gradually, she grew cold toward me. The day before yesterday on my WeChat, even more directly, I got a photo of her sleeping in a hotel bed. I rushed to confront her, and Sophie Yu straight up demanded a breakup. Damn it. Thinking about it still pisses me off. I should have been the one to dump her. Travis fumed. Where are those dog-ass couple now? Let me go vent for you. Actually, now I didn't want to settle scores anymore. Because it seemed like I broke even. I shook my head. No need to waste time on trash like them. My phone buzzed suddenly. It was the delivery guy. When I got that hangover soup, honestly, I felt incredibly awkward. Travis picked up the receipt and smacked his lips. It's rare to see my sister care about someone like this. I thought it was her calling, and involuntarily shivered. Travis had already answered, "Hello. What's up, sis?" Who knows what was said on the other end. The next second he looked at me weirdly, then handed the phone over. "Henry Cia. My sister's looking for you." My vision went dark, but I had to take it. "Hello. I can't find my bracelet. Check if it's in your backpack." I hurriedly rummaged through my bag. Sure enough, I touched a cold, sturdy bracelet with moon and star patterns sparkling, just like its expensive price tag. Travis was even more surprised. "Henry CIA. How'd my sister's bracelet end up in your bag?" My mind was a mess. I vaguely remembered last night grabbing Lily Yan's hand, throwing a fit, and complaining the bracelet hurt my foot. Seeing Travis's bewildered look, I panicked to the point of wanting to bite my tongue. "Say something." Lily Yan spoke first. "Yesterday I took off the bracelet and left it on the bar table. Forgot to grab it. Probably after he got drunk he didn't look carefully, and packed it up with his stuff." Travis had a light bulb moment. "Oh, so that's it, sis. You're so careless. Why take it off in a place like that? If it weren't for my buddy Henry CA, you'd have lost a 7-figure sum. You better thank him properly." The other end went silent for a bit. I waved frantically. No need. Just thinking about why Lily Yan took it off. My face flushed red like it was on fire. She seemed to chuckle softly. "You're right. I should thank him well. Henry Cia, when are you free? After work, I'll come get the bracelet from you and treat you to dinner while I'm at it." I was about to refuse when Travis nodded right away. "Japanese food. I know a new spot nearby that's pricey. Let's lock it in for tonight." Lily Yan happily agreed. After hanging up, I still tried to wriggle out, but Travis pressed my shoulder. "Henry Cia, you idiot. Freebies from my capitalist sister. Not taking them is a waste." I was truly suffering in silence. Actually, last night I'd gotten plenty of freebies already. I heard Lily Yan started her own business with classmates in her sophomore year, rocketed to success in the internet world, becoming a rising star in the industry in just a few years. Travis admired and envied her, determined not to miss any chance to milk his sister, so I could only nod in agreement. During the New Year season, the pedestrian street was packed with people, bustling with energy. Yet, sitting in the fancy private room, I felt like I was on pins and needles. Until a low, cool voice sounded, "Sorry, had a sudden meeting, so I'm late." Lily Yan walked in, exuding cool restraint, coat draped over her arm, black dress hinting at slender curves, radiating an alluring self-control. Travis quickly scooted closer, squinting his eyes, scanning his sister from head to toe, even leaning in for a sniff before saying, "Holy crap. Dressed like this, you didn't just come from hooking up with some guy, did you?" I gripped my teacup tightly. It's fine. Lily Yan had changed clothes. It probably wouldn't show. Lily Yan sat down across from us. Upon hearing that, she raised an eyebrow, her gaze subtly brushing over me, casually saying, "So what if I did?" "Oh God, how can you say that? Aren't you afraid for your life?" Travis was stunned, then scoffed, "Come on, cut it out, sis." He shook his phone. "Dad was just complaining to me yesterday. You're getting up there and not even a shadow of a boyfriend in sight. Might end up alone forever. Acting like you're out there finding guys. Totally blowing smoke without shame." Lily Yan glanced at him. I couldn't take it anymore, so I pulled the bracelet from my pocket, handing it over with both hands. "Ms. Yan, here's your bracelet." She took it, her slightly cool fingertips brushing like a spark of electricity. "Thanks." She casually slipped it back on her wrist, not sparing me another glance. I sighed in relief, but a vague sense of loss welled up inside. For most of the time after that, it was all Travis chattering away, Lily Yan occasionally responding. Her demeanor toward outsiders was always cool and distant, impeccably bred, but always with an untouchable barrier. Maybe because I was Travis's best friend, she was somewhat attentive to me, but that's where it stopped. Halfway through the meal, my stomach felt a bit off, probably from drinking too much. So, I stood up to go to the bathroom. Unexpectedly, on the way out, I ran right into Lily Yan. Standing at the corner on the phone, I nodded slightly, intending to slip past her back to the room. The next second she hung up. "You feeling okay?" I blanked out. Lily Yan stared at me, asking again, "Your face has looked off since earlier. Where does it hurt?" I shook my head. "No, nothing." She hesitated a moment. "About last night." I reacted like a cat with its tail stepped on, eyes wide staring at her. But she shifted the topic, her eyes darkening. "It's just a breakup. Do you like her that much?" I spoke up. "Not really. Sophie Yu could be considered my first love. I thought college would mean a proper relationship. Who knew I'd run into a player slut like her? If you say I loved her so deeply, I couldn't live without her, not quite. After all, we'd only been together a little over a month. But that hot and cold attitude, treating me like a fool and spinning me around, was truly awful, especially since she was two-timing. It was utterly humiliating. Being around Lily Yan, I always felt strangely tense, and now, even more flustered. "Ms. Yan, if there's nothing else, I'll head back first." Lily Yan raised an eyebrow. "What are you feeling guilty about?" "I'm not guilty about anything." Lily Yan glanced toward the room, casually saying, "You wouldn't want my little brother to know about our relationship, right?" That sentence sounded off somehow, but I couldn't deny it. My heart suddenly hung in the air. I really didn't mean to. It was just the alcohol, a momentary impulse. Lily Yan was tall, under the hallway lights casting down, her figure enveloped in a hazy mist, beneath her lashes a sky of deep emotions, impossible to fathom. But it seemed like just a fleeting illusion. "I know." She cut me off with a hint of impatience, her tone indifferent. "I just need a small favor from you." Finally she looked straight at me. "Pretend to be my boyfriend for a month." I thought I'd misheard. Lily Yan remained composed, concise. "My family's pressuring me to marry, you know that." Indeed, saying that, I couldn't help but feel sorry for Lily Yan. Her parents always hoped she'd marry soon, for a happy, fulfilled life. But plans don't always work out. Lily Yan wasted such a stunning face, and those endlessly long legs. Yet, for so many years, she'd never brought a single official boyfriend home. Lily's mom. Lily's dad once suspected their daughter's orientation was off, but after that, Travis went all out to prove his sister's innocence. He swore up and down that his sister was secretly crushing on some guy, but he wasn't interested in her, leaving her loving in vain. Actually, everyone doubted the truth of this. After all, with Lily Yan's qualities, why pine secretly? Just flash that face, and what guy wouldn't fall? But without another explanation, we had to believe it. I'd gossiped about it too, but Travis wasn't clear either. "There's a photo of some dude hidden in her wallet. The kind of cheap ID photo, 3 for 50 on Pinduoduo. You get it?" What the hell would I get? I heard this year, Lily's dad issued a decree, lining up several blind dates, just waiting for Lily Yan to come home to drag her by the ear to meet them one by one. It was kinda pitiful. "But your parents know my face." How do we act then? Lily Yan seemed relaxed about it. No front shots. Just send a few from the back. I was still a bit worried. What if Travis sees? He'd recognize me right away. Then just edit it a bit. Aren't you good at that? Damn it, who are you shading? She tilted her head slightly, as if appraising my face. After a moment, saying in a low voice, "It's been a while since your parents saw you. You're much handsomer now. They won't recognize you." My heart skipped a beat. Not sure why, but I nodded right away. Yeah, that works. This answer seemed to please Lily Yan greatly. She curved her lips slightly. Utterly casual. So first, unblock me from your blacklist. Travis stayed to hang out with me for a day before heading back. No choice. Finals were coming up. I dove headfirst into studying, spending every day in the library, lost to the world. Once, I accidentally ran into Sophie Yu and Lucas Ming. Those two practically turned the library into a motel. Besides wanting to throw a bed at them, I felt nothing else. Though Lily Yan said she needed my help to be her boyfriend for a month. After that day, she didn't contact me at all. After the last exam, I sighed in relief, packed my bags to head home. Unexpectedly, I got a message from Lily Yan. "I'm at your school gate. Didn't you finish your last exam today? Let me drive you to the high-speed rail station." Only then did I remember. She must have seen the train ticket photo I posted in my moments earlier. It was laughable. Is she that free? Remembering even tiny details like this. I was about to decline, but Lily Yan's next message convinced me. "We're already boyfriend and girlfriend. Not having even one photo together seems unreasonable." You have a point. Half an hour later, I dragged my suitcase and once again got into Lily Yan's car. The atmosphere was subtly awkward. It was still Lily Yan who broke the silence first. "How were the exams?" I quickly replied, "Pretty okay. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a scholarship." Lily Yan glanced at me in the rearview mirror. "Are you short on money?" I shook my head. "Earning a bit of pocket money is always better." Lily Yan nodded, asking no more. At the station, I secretly sighed, about to get out, when suddenly Lily Yan held me back. "Wait, take a photo first. I got it, for proof, right?" Okay. Hold on." Our 10 fingers intertwined tightly. Lily Yan paused slightly. I felt it odd and a bit uneasy. Why not take it yet? Is this not right? Then let's try another pose. Couples announcing on social media always do it this way in cars. No need. Lily Yan gripped my hand tighter and snapped a photo with her phone. She looked at it for a few seconds, then said, "It's fine." After letting go, I lightly clenched my fingertips. Her hand was fair, soft, and warm. Her palm seemed slightly sweaty, just holding hands. Why was she so tense? I suppressed the surging emotions and bid her goodbye. "So I'll head out," Lily Yan reminded. "Be safe on the road. Text me when you arrive." I got home late at night. As soon as I reached downstairs, I heard fierce arguing. I hesitated a bit but still went up. Just as I was about to knock, the door flew open from inside, a glass cup flying out at the same time. "Get the hell out!" I instinctively dodged to the side, but my forehead still got grazed. My dad stepped out, looking at me with a nasty expression, then without stopping, coldly and heartlessly walked away. I looked inside the house. My mom's face flushed red, eyes full of resentment. The place, a complete mess. I navigated through the shards on the floor, went over to support her. Mom. She was like a taut string stretched for so long, suddenly snapping loose, tears pouring out fiercely, sobbing. I must have been blind to marry a man like that. I handed her a pack of tissues, then cleaned up the room, putting things back in place. After doing all that, my mom finally calmed down, starting to cry and recount the details of this fight. Just like countless times over the years. Two completely different people forced together, only causing each other misery. She cried herself to exhaustion and dozed off. Only then did I have a free hand to check my phone and see several missed calls from Lily Yan, wondering if I should call back. When she called again, I ran to the balcony to answer, lowering my voice. "Hello." Lily Yan seemed to sigh in relief, but her tone carried reproach. "Didn't I tell you to text when you got home? Why didn't you pick up my calls?" I softly explained. "I'm sorry. I was busy with something earlier and didn't hear." Lily Yan paused. "Are you crying?" "No, not at all." I sniffled. "Probably got windblown on the way and caught a slight cold." Lily Yan didn't press further. Good that you're home safe." The other end sounded noisy and lively, like she was at a party entertaining clients. "Miss Yan still not done chatting with her boyfriend?" A man's voice came through, with a teasing tone. Lily Yan hummed. "He's too clingy, no helping it." In that man's voice, there was a bit of reluctance and awkwardness. "Oh, all right, I'll leave you to it then." He seemed to walk away, the noise fading with him. I got it, so I texted her, "Ms. Yan, when do you think you'll wrap up?" Lily Yan replied indifferently, "Don't feel like drinking anymore, stepping out for some air." Since I'd agreed to pretend to be her boyfriend, acting as her shield was par for the course. There were still people listening on the other side. I cleared my throat and said, "So, drink less, okay?" She paused, then laughed. "Don't worry, my tolerance is way better than yours." I hung up in a huff. "Drink yours then. You're such a chatterbox." This call chased away my earlier gloom. I sighed and went to shower. While blow-drying my hair, I got a WeChat from Travis Chen. "Henry Sia. How's things at home?" "Same as always." Since I could remember, my parents fought constantly, sometimes even getting physical. After meeting Travis, he knew about it and often invited me over to his place. "Forget it. You're in college now. Time for your own life. You don't have to carry their pain." Travis was silent for a while, then changed the topic himself. "Speaking of which, I just heard some shocking news. My sister's got a boyfriend." Holy crap, a straight-laced girl like her, knowing how to date, give me a break. Actually, I didn't get it either. If she wanted someone to act with, plenty of options. Why me? My acting sucks, and I know her whole family too. "Your sister's got great qualities. Dating should be easy for her." Travis sneered, as if I'd believe that. "When she comes home for Tet, I'll see what's really going on." I feared continuing would give me away, so I switched to asking about his finals. Travis wailed as expected. "God is out to get me. This time I can't get my sister's buff like before. One subject a day. Why's my life so miserable?" After that day, my dad came home once more. Right on Tet Eve morning, he demanded a divorce from my mom. I calmly said, "You two go ahead. I'm grown. I can take care of myself. I won't hold you back." After that, I booked a flight back to school. Tet was approaching. The airport decorated festively everywhere, people coming and going in a lively buzz. I sat in the waiting area, boredly scrolling through moments. When I got to Travis's, I paused at the photo of a bright kitchen, Lily's parents wrapping dumplings together, Travis sneaking fried meat, his pockets bulging with red envelopes. Caption: "The god of cards never loses." I liked it. Travis immediately sent me a red envelope. "Henry, CIO, quick, accept it. This is money I earned with my skills." I bet with my parents that her having a boyfriend was all bluff. They made her bring him home, but she dodged every way, even saying she's working overtime this Tet and can't come. I knew she was guilty. Where would she dig up a boyfriend? Then he sent a photo. It was the one of me and Lily Yan holding hands. Look, so fake it's ridiculous. Obviously Photoshop. I guiltily shrank back. It was supposed to be pretend. But I hadn't done much. That photo clearly had zero convincing power. I texted Lily Yan. Couldn't fool your parents after all. Lily Yan was busy with something. It took a while before she called back. I instinctively answered, "Hello, Lily Yan. How did you know?" She paused. "Why is it so noisy over there? Where are you now?" Just as I was about to make up an excuse, the sweet flight announcement sounded. "Passengers, for the Air China flight, please note, boarding has begun. Please proceed." Done for. Too late. Lily Yan obviously guessed. "You're at the airport? What are you doing there at this hour?" I felt a bit helpless. "It's nothing. It's the flight back to school. About an hour and a half till arrival." Lily Yan's voice turned stern. "Stop acting childish. Go home now." The boarding line had formed a long queue. I stood up. Ahead was a family of 3. The kid out 4 years old, holding parents' hands and chattering non-stop. Such a happy, warm scene. Lily Yan. I suddenly felt utterly drained. Softly saying, "I don't have a home to go back to anymore." I hung up and boarded the plane. I meant to sleep but couldn't close my eyes. Staring at the pitch-black night sky outside, my heart felt heavy. Actually, Sophie Yu dumped me because she overheard my phone call with Dad. Dad complained Mom hadn't been home in ages. Told me to ask her for living expenses myself. From then on, Sophie Yu looked down on me, and not long after hooked up with Lucas Mingdi. She thought she had me by the short hairs, that no matter how she treated me I wouldn't dare break up. But she was dead wrong. I'm not like my dad. I'll never tolerate a cheating woman. It was 11 at night when I got off the plane. Subway had stopped running. I had to take a taxi. I pulled out my phone, found over a dozen missed calls and messages from Lily Yan Tai. The latest from half an hour ago. "I'm in parking lot B2 at the airport. Come find me as soon as you land." I was stunned. Lily Yan came? "Henry Chia," a familiar voice called from ahead. My heart pounded. Amid the bustling crowd at the exit, she stood out in a black dress. As soon as she saw me, she seemed to release a burden, the coldness in her eyes melting away. My brain hadn't caught up. As she strode toward me, "Why are you?" She took my suitcase and grabbed my hand at the same time. "Afraid you'd get lost." Her warm palm carried a reassuring strength. For some reason, I didn't pull away until we followed her to the parking lot. A young woman in stylish office wear stepped out of another car. She looked about 26 or 27, wavy blue hair and perfect makeup. She looked at Lily Yan first, then shifted to me, covering her mouth with a coy laugh. "Ms. Yan, is this your little boyfriend? Is he even of age yet?" "You're ruthless." You could tell she was very close to Lily Yan. Meanwhile, I was in a thick puffer jacket, dragging a suitcase, probably looking totally disheveled. I suddenly felt awkward and flustered. "Sorry to trouble you. Head to Imperial Residence." I blanked. Isn't Imperial Residence Lily Yan's place? Last time I got drunk, it was there. That woman was clearly worldly, her gaze toward me full of implication. Then quickly flashed a bright smile. Who dared disobey Ms. Yan? Lily Yan's car now had an extra person. I didn't dare speak up to ask why she wasn't taking me back to school. Just shrank like a turtle, dead silent. On the contrary, that person chatted with Lily Yan about company business. After listening a while, I figured it out. She was Chloe Kiao, Lily Yan's partner. Originally, there was a social dinner today, but Lily Yan left abruptly. Since she'd been drinking, Chloe Kiao offered to drive her home. After a bit, Chloe Kiao glanced in the rear view, exclaiming, "Oh dear, sorry, I got caught up discussing the project with Ms. Yan. Are you bored? This was clearly mocking me as a clueless kid. Not at all. I shook my head. Whatever Ms. Yan talks about is interesting. Chloe Kiao paused briefly, while Lily Yan looked slightly surprised, tilting her head to glance at me. I gave her a sweet smile. I'd failed with her parents before. Today I had to succeed, put on a top-notch lovey-dovey act, so Lily Yan would see her money's worth in hiring me. For the rest of the ride, Chloe Kiao seemed displeased, saying nothing more, until seeing Lily Yan and me get out. She slightly furrowed her brow. Miss Yan, you're not going back? The Zhang execs are still. It's too late. Leaving him home alone worries me. Lily Yan cut her off. I've told them. I'll visit personally another day. The collaboration won't be delayed. Chloe Kiao pursed her lips, clearly holding back words. Lily Yan took my hand naturally. You head home early too. Don't miss Tet's celebrations. Sitting in the spacious living room, I still felt dazed. Lily Yan poured a glass of water. You've had a long day. Rest up. I'm not sleepy. Holding the glass, I felt uneasy. Miss Yan, did I mess up something important for you today? With Tet here and her not even going home, she must be swamped with this project. Yet my appearance threw everything off. Lily Yan took off her blazer, casually hanging it aside, a faint scent of alcohol spreading. She nonchalantly loosened her buttons. Not at all. She was always so calm and composed. Everything under control. Miss Yan, you asked me to pretend to be your boyfriend. Was it because of her too? Lily Yan narrowed her eyes slightly. I glanced at myself, feeling discouraged. It's over. Someone like me, she wouldn't even glance at. Lily Yan suddenly laughed. You think so? I sighed. I feel like I'm truly useless. Otherwise, why wouldn't even my parents need me? Lily Yan paused, the smile fading from her lips. After who knows how long, she said. You're great. My heart raced wildly, instinctively scooting closer. Seeing Lily Yan looking at me seriously, I awkwardly averted my gaze. The room was dead silent, a strangely ambiguous atmosphere creeping in. I grew even more restless. No choice. Everything here stirred up memories I had deliberately buried. Luckily, Lily Yan didn't leave me awkward for long. She turned to the kitchen. I don't cook often. Just dumplings. Make do with them. She's cooking for me. I jumped up and rushed in. I've troubled you enough today. Let me do it. Just then, Lily Yan's phone rang. She looked at me. It's Travis on video. I quickly pushed her out, signaling her absolutely not to say I'm here. Lily Yan went to the living room to answer. You could hear her tone was as indifferent as always. What's up? Travis's voice echoed back, seeming to chat about family stuff. I stared at the boiling pot, my mind a jumble. Why did it feel like I was really Lily Yan's secret lover? Lily Yan's video call didn't last long. As I scooped the dumplings into bowls, a loud boom suddenly came from the window, startling me. Peering out closely, the sky lit up with brilliant fireworks. I almost forgot today was New Year's Eve. Boom! With the New Year's bells ringing, the sky bloomed with dazzling fireworks, flowers, utterly radiant. Henry Sia! Lily Yan suddenly called my name. I turned. She was leaning on the kitchen counter, endless long legs, thin lips curving into a faint smile. Happy New Year. I'd never imagined I'd spend this New Year's Eve with Lily Yan. On TV, laughter rang out. Outside the window fireworks blazed. On the table, bowls of steaming dumplings. For a moment, I was lost, as if I had a home again. The next morning when I woke, Lily Yan was gone. She left a note. I am on a business trip. About a week. Stay as long as you like. I ordered food for you too. Remember to eat. She really was busy. I texted thanks on WeChat, but no reply. Probably on the plane. From what Chloe Kyo said last night, her sudden departure this time would cause plenty of issues to fix. Alone, in Lily Yan's vast villa, it felt so strange. I thought a bit, cleaned the place spotless, then dragged my suitcase back to school. Unexpectedly, right after getting to the dorm, I got hot gossip from Travis. Holy crap! My sister really has a guy. My heart pounded. How do you know? Travis was super excited. She didn't come home yesterday. I called her on video, on purpose to demand red envelope money. Guess what? There were 2 water glasses on her living room coffee table. Plus, I vaguely saw in the video corner, over by the kitchen, like a guy's shadow. Then he even sent over a screenshot from the video. Lily Yan probably didn't notice. Half my shoe got caught in the frame. My heart stopped for a second. This probably doesn't prove anything, right? Maybe it's her friend. She's always been a clean freak. What kind of god is this guy? To have won over my sister like that. Travis fidgeted restlessly. I really want to go check it out for myself. I blurted out, she's on a business trip. Even if you go, you won't meet anyone. As soon as I said it, I knew I'd slipped up. Sure enough, Travis caught the slip right away. How do you know she's on a business trip? I stammered. Well, I overheard it before. She told you, but you forgot. Really? I don't remember a thing. Travis started questioning his life, but quickly brushed it off. Whatever, when she gets back, I'll grill her for sure. After hanging up, I lay on the bed, staring blankly at Lily Yan's profile pic. Her moments feed was spotless, just like her aloof, unapproachable self. Suddenly, she messaged, I've landed. My heart lightened up. I sent back an okay emoji. Lily Yan replied. I looked back curiously. My heart nearly jumped out. The okay emoji that auto popped up when I sent it turned out to have text. Okay, baby. Holy crap. My face burned red like a tomato. I frantically held to recall the message, screaming in despair inside. Lily Yan was silent for a long time, finally replying with just one word. Yeah. I stared at that word, my brain melting. It felt a bit ambiguous, but I figured I was overthinking it. Lily Yan probably wouldn't misunderstand, right? She'd just see it as kid stuff. I tossed and turned, pondering, but didn't dare ask more. Pretending nothing happened. A week later, when Lily Yan returned to Imperial residence, I was gone. I honestly confessed I'd gone back to school. Lily Yan didn't say much, but from then on, our contact not only didn't stop, but became even more frequent. Sometimes she'd be in meetings, sometimes at dinners. Even when staying up late, she'd remind me to sleep early. I found a part-time job at the city square, both to kill time and earn some spending money. Things went on like that until the first day back at school, when I heard a rumor. Sophie Yu and Lucas Ming broke up. Lucas Ming even went to her dorm to block her, crying and cursing her as a slut. The two made a huge, ugly scene. Travis was thrilled when he heard. Any pics? Let me see too. I spread my hands. Why would my phone have that filth? Dating a woman like that is the black mark of my life. Travis pouted. Fair point. Lately it's been so boring. I've been probing my sister for ages, and still can't dig up who that guy is. She hides it so well, like she's guarding against me. I suddenly remembered the 1-month agreement between me and Lily Yan was over. But after Tet, she was swamped. She didn't mention it, and I didn't feel right bringing it up. How do you even start that conversation? Luckily, Travis didn't notice. He cheerfully asked, Right, Henry, I see your birthday is coming up. What gift do you want this time? Or should I come celebrate with you? At first, I was happy, but then hesitated. That'd be too much trouble. During New Year's he'd already flown miles to be here once. And now, Making him trek again, I really felt bad. Travis was a bit disappointed, but we didn't meet during Tet. Our homes are at opposite ends of the city. He'd planned to come find me during winter break, but I used my parents' fighting as an excuse to politely decline. He understood, so didn't push to meet after. While I was still wavering, he decided, no biggie. I'll go investigate my sister's situation too. My parents cover the flights. They said, as long as I get a front-facing photo of her boyfriend, there'll be a big reward. My mind was a tangled mess. I wanted to use my selfie for the reward too. But how could I deceive them like that? Brushing aside the random thoughts, I counted my secret stash, planning to use my part-time earnings to buy Travis a gift. Taking advantage of free time, I stopped by the mall and also wanted to pick something for Lilian as a thank you for letting me stay on New Year's Eve. But I didn't expect to spot her there. Lilian was standing at a counter. Looking for a gift for your boyfriend? Lilian pointed at that watch. Let me see it. She didn't deny it. She actually didn't deny it. My heart sank endlessly, like a bucket of cold water dumped on me, my whole body trembling. Suddenly, as if sensing something, Lilian turned her head. I panicked and spun to hide. So weird. I clearly did nothing wrong. Yet now, I felt so guilty. I frantically searched for the exit and crashed into someone at the corner. Sorry, I was busy apologizing when my arm was grabbed tight. Henry C.A. I leaned closer. Only then, seeing clearly, it was Sophie Yu I'd bumped into. Just my luck. Not wanting to get entangled with them, I stepped away immediately. Sophie Yu seemed interested again. I just saw you shopping. Brands here you probably can't afford anyway. Sophie Yu, what's it to you? Sophie Yu followed, smiling. Haven't seen you in a while. You look even handsomer. Meeting's fate. Whatever you want, just tell me. As long as you're willing to come back to me, I'll buy it all for you. Is this person nuts? I replied blankly. I'm not interested in leftovers. What happened before was my fault. But I was just confused then. Who knew Lucas Ming was like that? Sophie Yu clearly still lingered, saying as she reached to touch my waist, he's nothing compared to you, you're still the understanding one. Slap. I straight up slapped her. Sophie Yu, have some self-respect. We've long had nothing to do with each other. If you keep this up, don't blame me for being rude. When we first got together, she loved getting handsy. After I got mad a few times, she lost patience and abruptly hooked up with Lucas Ming. Sophie Yu's face changed, holding her cheek, laughing in rage, acting all high and mighty. Fine with others, but not me? A fire of anger choked in my chest. What nonsense are you spouting? I hit your sore spot, so you're ashamed and angry, huh? People around started glancing over, pointing and whispering. Sophie Yu seemed to think it wasn't chaotic enough. Sneering, I saw with my own eyes you getting out of a Maybach. With your family background, how could you afford that kind of car? You do that stuff but won't let others talk. I took a deep breath. Sophie Yu, I'm warning you, slander is illegal. I'm not free to argue today. If there's a next time, see you at the police station. With that, I turned to leave. Me? Sophie Yu grabbed my wrist tight. What? You're okay serving old hags but not being with me. People's gazes were full of gossip, faintly hearing whispers. Oh boy, what's with kids these days? Doing such shameless things. Just relying on being young and forgetting who they are. People like this will get karma eventually. Didn't see it coming, looks so innocent. But private life's a mess. I was innocent, but couldn't prove it. In this situation, clearing my name was harder than climbing to heaven. Sophie Yu smirked triumphantly. I don't even disdain you. Yet, You're still not satisfied. If this gets out at school, see if you can show your face again, she said while gripping tighter. I think you should come with me. Suddenly a cold voice cut through. Let him go! My heart pounded hard. Following the voice, Lillian had appeared who knows when, her expression, cold brows frosted over. I'd never seen her with that face. Sophie Yu glanced at her, seeming suppressed by her aura. Who are you? My boyfriend and I arguing. What's it to you? Lillian's thin lips curved coldly. You say he's your boyfriend. Lillian suddenly strode forward. Sophie Yu looked scared, instinctively letting go and stepping back. What are you doing? I'm telling you. But Lillian didn't even glance at her. She walked straight to me and stopped, her gaze lingering on me a moment before, asking, where did she hurt you? Behind that calm tone was an unhidden icy pressure. But Lillian only looked at me, waiting for my answer. I shook my head slightly. Nowhere. Lillian didn't move, clearly not believing. I didn't want to drag her into this mess. Pleadingly looking up, I want to go back to school. Lillian finally relented. I'll take you. How long has she been following you? In the car, on the way back. Lillian spoke first. I sighed. Not before. Just ran into her today by chance. Don't know what craziness got into her. Seeing her face, still tinged with lingering chill, I added, don't worry, I didn't lose out. Thinking I didn't buy the gift successfully today, I felt down. And one more thing. Don't tell Travis about this, okay? With his temper, if he knew, he'd definitely go settle with her. Better to avoid trouble where possible. Lillian suddenly slammed the brakes, pulling to the side. I was a bit dazed. Ms. Yan. Lillian was silent for a long time, finally asking, Henry C.A. Are you always this easy to bully? I opened my mouth to say something, but didn't know what. Looking at her sharp, cold profile, from deep inside, a nameless discomfort surged. My chest felt blocked by something, stifling and damp. I took a deep breath, suppressing that vague grievance, pretending to be casual, asking, Ms. Yan, leaving Chloe Kyo alone like that, is it okay? Lillian frowned. What? I immediately shut up and looked out the window. Lillian seemed to suddenly realize something, narrowing her eyes. You saw everything earlier? I was so tense my palms sweated. It was a simple question. Yet for some reason, I couldn't utter a word. Lillian was silent for a while, suddenly chuckling softly. Henry C.A., she said, half jokingly, half seriously. You're jealous, aren't you? I doubled down, turning to meet her eyes, racking my brain with nonsense. I just think, we agreed I'd pretend to be your boyfriend. If you already have someone in mind, it'd be better to tell me, to avoid misunderstandings. Lillian rested one hand on the wheel, her slender fingers tapping lightly. She listened deeply. Anything else? I couldn't say more, awkwardly averting my gaze. It felt like all my petty thoughts were laid bare under her stare. Nowhere to hide. Nothing. I held my breath. I'm probably overthinking. You don't need to explain so much to me anyway. First, she and I are just professional colleagues in partnership. Lillian interrupted. Second, that bracelet wasn't for her. I was slightly stunned. Lillian paused. Finally, I do have someone I like. My heart sank instantly. The phone rang suddenly. It was Travis. In that moment, I felt relieved, like I'd escaped. It's Travis. I'll get out here. It's close to school. I can walk back. With that, not waiting for Lillian to speak, I hurriedly opened the door and stepped out, pressing answer. Hello. Travis's voice was furious. Henry H.C.A., is that slut crazy? How dare she treat you like that? What? You didn't know? Someone recorded a video at the mall. I spotted it right away. That little vixen Sophie Yu, clinging to you. Send it to me. Travis sent the link. I clicked to watch. The video seemed shot from the second floor down, right during my argument with Sophie Yu. It had over 1,000 likes. With hashtag #CollegeGuy. Travis was raging. I'm battling them in the comments. The poster is obviously farming views. I exited. It's fine. Innocent, don't fear. No need to mind the slanders. How is it fine? Public opinion is scary. Travis panicked. What if people believe it later? He pondered a bit. The Maybach Sophie Yu mentioned. If I'm not wrong, it's my sister's car, right? Couldn't deny that. I nodded. Yeah? Perfect. Travis perked up. I'll have my sister clarify for you soon. Before I could react, he hung up abruptly. I felt uneasy. That'd be too much trouble. Maybe not. 10 minutes later, Travis messaged back. Deal sealed. What? What deal? My sister agreed to help you. Lily Yan helping? But she already did. Nearing the school gate, I started noticing people around staring. Did that video spread that fast? I felt uneasy, about to quicken my pace back to dorm, when a car horn sounded from behind. I turned, a familiar black Maybach, trailing not too far, not too close. Who knows how long it had followed? The window rolled down. Lily Yan called my name. Henry Shia. My ears tingled. She stopped the car, opened the door, and got out. The crowd around started oohing. Holy crap. So hot. Doesn't look like from our school, obviously. Looks successful. I noticed the car first. Didn't expect the person to be hotter. Honestly, our schoolgirls can't compare. She seems to have followed that guy for a while. What's that mean? Probably young couple fought. Beauties coaxing her boo. Watching her approach step by step, my eyes widened. Feels like things are veering off track. Miss Yan, I was awkward. Why haven't you left? Lily Yan tilted her chin. Let me take you to the dorm. That'd get the whole world staring. Imagining the scene, I firmly declined. No need, really. I know the way to dorm. I can go myself. Suddenly a cool touch on my forehead. I blanked. It was snowing. Lily Yan suddenly reached up, pulling my hood over my head. The oversized hood instantly blocked half my view. Miss Yan. Her gaze lingered on my lips a moment, then quickly shifted. Aren't they spreading rumors about you? Me coming like this. The rumors will vanish on their own. My heart thumped nonstop. Does she know what she's saying? They're rumoring. I have shady ties with rich old ladies in fancy cars. Her showing up like this. Sure, no one calls her old lady anymore, since she's clearly a stunning beauty. But, doesn't that make it me with a stunning beauty in a fancy car? Having shady ties. Seems the focus is misplaced. Sure enough, back at dorm, my roommates swarmed me. Henry C.O., who was that? Insanely hot. Is she chasing you? Spill, when did you two get feelings mutual? I scratched my head. Just my buddy's sister. He asked her to look after me a bit. Nothing else. They didn't buy it. No way. The way she looked at you was totally not innocent. My heart skipped, but I didn't dare dwell. If not for Travis, she and I might never intersect. Plus, didn't she say she already likes someone? Seeing me down, they stopped asking. Thought that was the end. But, starting the next day, every morning a bouquet arrived at my room. Sender Lily Yande. I started getting annoyed. Clearly she doesn't like me. Why do this? This weekend's my birthday. Travis is almost here. Finally, mustering courage, I whackatted Lily Yan. Miss Yan, stop sending flowers. Everyone at school knows the prior rumors are fake. Plus, if you keep sending, they'll say rich heiress, infatuated, chasing me relentlessly. Lily Yan replied simply, got it. That Sunday, she indeed didn't send flowers. I sighed in relief, but my heart filled with indescribable loss. Forget it. She's done more than enough. What more could I expect? Pushing that aside, I changed clothes, picked up Travis to the reserved restaurant. I even ordered a bottle of red wine. I raised my glass to him. Travis, thanks for coming to celebrate my birthday. In this world, maybe only he remembers it's my birthday today. Travis pushed my glass aside, hesitantly asking, Henry C.A., you seem down? Something happened? That video from before got taken down. Probably won't bother you anymore, right? The alcohol hit, my head dizzy, mumbling softly, I think I'm heartbroken. Wait, I haven't even started loving. Only now did I face my heart. Actually, I've liked Miss Lily Yan for a while. But she doesn't like me. Travis looked dumbfounded. Huh? Don't tell me. A handsome guy like you is pining secretly? Who's the blind girl? I couldn't say a word. Just silently looked at him. Travis hurried. All right. No more on that. After today, it'll all be past. Don't talk about you. I feel like a failure too. He poured himself a glass. Sighing deeply, I've investigated so long. Still don't know what my sister's boyfriend looks like. Lately, she hasn't mentioned him. Maybe she got dumped. He snorted coldly. I was gonna surprise her at her place, but she said she's not home. Made me wait. Wait for what? I won't. Quitting her. A figure approached from behind. I sat up straight. Travis, you mean your sister knows you're here? Travis, still clueless. Yeah, I told her I'm celebrating your birthday. Let her be alone at home to learn a lesson. He noticed. What's up? Why's your face all stunned? I shot up, stammering. Miss Yan. Travis's eyes bulged. The air froze instantly. Company meeting ran late. Don't mind. Lily Yan set a box on the table. And happy birthday. I was embarrassed. Thanks, Ms. Yan. Lily Yan casually sat next to Travis, draped her coat aside, then turned to Travis. Why no greeting? Travis looked ready to cry. The words he said earlier, Lily Yan must have heard them all. But he's adaptable. Quickly switched to a flattering smile. Didn't expect my dear sister to grace us with her presence, dropping by like this. It's Henry C.I.'s birthday. What are you thanking for? Travis finally shut up wisely, but still pouted sneakily. After handling him, Lily Yan looked at me, while I racked my brain if I'd said anything wrong. Lily Yan tilted her chin. This is your birthday gift. See if you like it. My mind was tangled. Didn't want more entanglement with her. But, seeing her come, still couldn't suppress the secret joy. So, spineless. Lily Yan watched me. I had no choice but to take the box and open it. Thanks, Ms. Yan. Actually, your coming is touching enough. No need for gifts. My voice suddenly stopped. A watch lay quietly in the velvet box. Travis opposite couldn't see, curiously asking, Henry C.A., what did my sister get? Lily Yan leaned back slightly. Our eyes meeting. She curved her lips. Like it. I had a knowledgeable friend pick it specially for you. My breath hitched. So that's it. So that day, Lily Yan went to the mall to pick my birthday gift. The salesperson asked if for a boyfriend, and she didn't deny. Travis leaned over. What's so secret? Henry's CA, if you don't like it, say so. Let my sister exchange it. I instinctively closed the box, lowered my head. I like it, thanks, Ms. Yan. The rest of the time, I was fidgety. This watch wasn't just expensive. Lily Yan going out of her way to choose it. What did it mean? I used bathroom as excuse. sneakily messaged Lily Yan. Miss Yan, that watch is too valuable. I can't accept it. Half a minute later, she replied, didn't you say you liked it? If you didn't want it, why not say so earlier? Earlier in front of Travis, how could I? Just one more explanation. He'd definitely sense something off. I thought up more reasons. But Lily Yan didn't reply. Couldn't stay away too long. Had to go out. Unexpectedly, Lily Yan was waiting outside. I startled. Miss Yan, one hand in her pocket, shoulders straight, deep eyes on me. Henry Sia, you really didn't notice? My mind blanked. What? She sighed softly, then emphasized each word. All along, the one I've liked has always been you. Didn't you know? The restaurant bustled with people, lights sparkling brilliantly, but in this moment, everything turned into a silent film. Only she had color. Each word, each sentence etched in my mind, leaving me no escape. My hands awkwardly twisted my hem, touching the square box ID. Inside still held the watch she gave. Heart racing out of control. I bet my face was super red, like about to burst into flames. But why? Why me? Lily Yan countered. Why couldn't it be you? I was still dazed. Phone buzzed. I glanced. Travis's message. Henry CAA. Why so long? You not feeling well? I hurried. Travis is urging. Let's go back. Lily Yan stepped forward, blocking me. If you say you don't like me, then after today, I won't disturb your life anymore. She leaned close, as if peering into my soul. Henry CAA. Do you, even a little, feel moved by me? How could I not? Liking Lily Yan was incredibly simple. I don't remember when it started. Her gentle hug at the bar, her protection and company on New Year's Eve, her firm defense behind me, or even earlier. I don't know. Probably because she got too close, making it hard to breathe. I instinctively backed up, wanting some thin oxygen. Who knew my foot slipped, sharp pain shooting from my ankle, body off balance. I tumbled to the floor by inertia. Terrified, I shut my eyes tight, but suddenly, my waist tightened. Next second, I was in a warm embrace. Lily Yan held my waist with one arm, supported my nape with the other, frowning slightly. How so careless? Twisted your ankle? I hadn't recovered, clutching her dress. Seams. Yes. Suddenly a familiar scream. Ah! My heart leaped. Immediately, turning back. Travis's face full of horror, eyes incredulous, darting madly between me and Lily Yan. When did you two get into that kind of relationship? I instinctively tried to break free, about to explain, when Lily Yan interrupted. She was utterly calm and casual. We've always had that kind of relationship, haven't we? Something seems off. I couldn't help asking. I haven't answered yet. Lily Yan looked at me, as if thinking, then nodded generously. Then answer now. Travis was obviously hit hard, eyes glazed. He hesitated. Right now I feel kinda extra, right? You got that right. Lily Yan casual. Travis puffed his chest. This is my bro. Someone chasing him, of course. I gotta supervise on site. Lily Yan raised a brow. Fine. Then, she pulled something from her bag. Another watch. The one she forgot in my bag before. The earlier one was your birthday gift. This is what I've wanted to give you before. But, back then, a nerve in my head, suddenly, tensed. Wait! I turned to shoo Travis. Travis, step out a bit. Travis. I clasped hands begging. Please. Next is not for kids. I still want to keep my reputation. Travis pouted grumpily and left. I sighed in relief, but turning back, met Lily Yan's half-smiling eyes. I felt ashamed to angry. Couldn't help lightly hitting her. You did it on purpose. Lily Yan admitted frankly. Yes, but wanting to give you this watch before is true. I suddenly went still. Lily Yan lowered her lashes slightly, leaving a faint shadow. Back then I wanted to confess to you. Should have had a beautiful gift, but it was rushed. Only had this watch. Eyes wide in shock. You mean, back then you already? Lily Yan took my hand, slipped the watch on my wrist. Movements utterly gentle, expression extremely serious. But nothing got done in time. You opened your eyes and said nothing happened, clearly not planning to give me a title. Click. She fastened the strap. I looked down. First time examining this watch so closely. Deep blue face. Moon and stars embracing. Surrounding light sparkling brilliantly. I bought this watch before because it suits your name perfectly. Henry, CIA. Like surging tides under night sky. A secret buried who knows how long. Day after day. Year after year. Always boiling fiercely, until one day, exploding powerfully, turning love that devours everything. Now, it can finally rest on your wrist. Lily Yan leaned close, eyes locked. Little Henry, are you willing to come home with me? After Lily Yan and I officially got together, first thing I did was find Travis, to apologize and beg forgiveness. But Travis didn't mind just yelling his head off. I gotta go claim reward from parents. What are a few boyfriend photos? Even the real boyfriend himself is thanks to my efforts. Lily Yan directly handed a bank card. Quiet down. Scram a bit. As Travis was about to bolt, he suddenly turned back, whispered in my ear, "My sister's getting on in years. Bro, don't let yourself lose out too much. Good bro, thanks a lot." Travis glanced at his sister. "Jackpot for you." Then grabbed the card and dashed. Lily Yan raised a brow. "Think I'm old?" I shook my head frantically. "No, absolutely not." Lily Yan's eyes turned dangerous. "Need me to jog your memory?" I ran for my life. An old lady fired up is untouchable. Summer break. My parents finally got the divorce agreement. From then, each their own way. I went home with Lily Yan. Lily's mom and dad cooked a lavish feast. They held my hand, beaming. Thought our Yan would stay single forever. Lucky Henry Sia doesn't disdain her. I'd been to their home many times, long seeing it as my second home. Travis dragged me to Lily Yan's room to tour. "Look, this is all my sister's history. All kinds of awards and championship trophies. Everywhere showing her excellence." Travis looked a bit, suddenly felt insecure. Like she's that great. But she is great. Sitting on the chair smiling. "Hasn't she always been? Why you suddenly mad?" Travis blanked. "How do you know? You been here before." I thought a bit, then nodded. "Summer of 10th grade. Don't know if you remember. That time I came to find you. But the rain was too heavy. You got stuck at tutoring and couldn't get back." Travis pondered long, then recalled, "Oh, I remember. That day we planned afternoon street wandering. But rain too heavy to go. I got home late at night. That day, my parents fought and smashed things again. I backpacked wandering nowhere to go. Only could find Travis. But en route, sudden downpour. When I reached his home I was soaked, and he wasn't back yet. I stood outside shivering, about to leave when the door behind opened. Lily Yan quietly looked at me. "Come in." "So, that day my sister gave you her old clothes to change." Travis muttered, face full of disbelief. No wonder later when I asked to borrow, she said tossed long ago. I was a bit embarrassed, feeling I'd troubled her. So, I'd never told anyone this story. Travis suddenly recalled something, jumped like a spring, flung open the drawer behind me. I felt odd. "What you looking for?" Travis said nothing. After rummaging a bit, finally pulled out a wallet. "Look, isn't this your photo?" The photo had yellowed with time. I froze in place. Lillian came to the door, lightly knocked. "Come eat." Until I got dumb. He wordlessly bought a flight back to me. "Didn't expect this to happen." "Lillian, I'm not that beastly," Travis grumbled. "So annoying." Let her act deep successfully again. Lillian ignored him outright. "Wave calling me? Let's go." Ignore the singles. Travis, thanks to your whole family. Lillian, thank you for being the light in my damp youthful years. Also thank you for being willing to love me.